Today we're going to make one of my favourites, and one of my family and friends' favourites, Chicken Parmigiana. I'm sure it's a favourite with you, and today we're going to make my version. So come over with me, I'll go through some of the ingredients, and hopefully you'll make it at home as well. Alrighty folks, Chicken Parmigiana. I love it, it's a classic. My friends and family love it, they adore it, and they are always asking me to cook it. So, this is what we're going to do. Now, first of all, we've got a breast fillet of chicken, okay, skin off and off the bone, preferably free range if you can. I always find that free range chicken does taste better. We've got some slices of cheese, we've got some bacon, okay, we've got some bacon there. So that is the three main ingredients that are going to be on our chicken parmigiana, but the actual chicken is going to be crumbed. Okay, and this is what we're going to do. You'll need 3 containers or 3 plates if you want to use them instead. I just always use containers because they're disposable. You're using chicken and I can just chuck them out. But in these 3 containers, we're going to have one with just plain flour, okay? Just plain all-purpose flour. We're going to have one with breadcrumbs. Now, in these crumbs, I'm going to add some salt, pepper, and some parmesan cheese. And in the other, we're going to have a mixture of some milk and an egg. But I'll go through that process a little bit later on. Now, for our bolognese sauce, we're going to be using one tin of crushed tomatoes. Now I use diced or crushed or whole tomatoes, but this time I'm using crushed. We're going to be adding some garlic. Now I use the garlic paste because I find it's got a much better flavour than the normal chopped up garlic. It's more concentrated. And some tomato paste as well. We'll also be throwing in some finely chopped onions as well, and some nice fresh basil. So, come over, we're going to set up our 3-way process like I was explaining before, and I'll show you what to do there. Okay, what we want to do is, in the first one, put some all-purpose plain flour, okay? Just tap that down. The next one, we're going to add some breadcrumbs. We're going to add some parmesan cheese. Love parmesan cheese. You could use any sort of cheese if you want to. I've just got some parmesan here. A little bit of pepper. And some nice rock salt. Okay, just mix that through. Okay. Then we're going to add some milk. And crack an egg straight in there. Now we're going to whisk that one up. Get that fork out. Okay, just whisk that nice and well. Okay, so that's your main line. Okay, we've got flour, breadcrumbs with parmesan, pepper and salt, and an egg yolk and some milk. Now, I'll put this in the proper way of doing it. First of all, we're going to dip our chicken in the flour. Then we're going to dip our chicken in here, in the milk and egg mixture. And finally, we're going to dip it in the breadcrumb mixture. So I'll just show you what to do. Okay. So grab a chicken breast. I'll just move these out of the way because what we're going to do is slice this chicken breast in half. This is a rather large chicken breast, okay? We don't want all of this. We're going to make 2 dishes of this, so we'll slice this in half. Like that. Okay, so we've got 2 chicken breasts. Alright, beautiful. So, we'll just put them back over here. We'll grab our flour. And what we want to do is just put the chicken in the flour. Like that, we want to get it all nice and coated. Okay, now you want to dust off any excess. Okay, we don't want big pockets of flour sitting in our chicken. And we'll grab our second breast and we'll do the same thing. Just make sure it's all nice and coated on all the little sides. Dust it off. And we've got our second chicken breast. Now, just put the flour to one side. Now we're going to put it in our egg and milk mixture. So I'll just bring this over. Now this, folks, is where it gets a little bit messy, but you do have to use your fingers for this one. So we'll just lightly coat it. Okay, just put it here. Do the second one. Beautiful. Let's put that to one side. Then we'll grab our crumbs and just put it in the crumb mixture. Now we want this totally coated. Okay, we want this really well coated. Like so. So we'll just put that on a plate. We'll do this one here. This is so easy to do. I'm making 2, you could make, a whole heap of them. This is a really quick dish for the family. It's really easy, it's healthy, it's cheap to make, and the best bit, full of flavour. Okay folks, now that our chicken has been crumbed, let's cook it. Alrighty folks, we've got a nice hot pan going. I'm just going to add some oil. I'm using some vegetable oil. You can use any oil you want. Olive, canola, it's up to you. Just today I'm using vegetable oil. Okay, we want that to get nice and hot. Alrighty. I'll bring our chicken over. Now again, just like any sort of meat, you want the chicken to sizzle. Okay, you don't want to put a piece of meat in a very cold pan because you really want to get that nice crispiness on the outside. If it's not hot enough, all the meat is going to do is absorb all that oil and you're going to get a really fatty meal. So you want to wait until it's really nice and hot and then put your meat in. Okay? So what we'll do, we'll put our chicken in like this. You can hear that sizzling away. That's what we want to hear. We've got our crumbed chicken, and I wouldn't call it a shallow fry, but there's enough oil in there just to make it nice and crispy. We're just going to leave it there now for a little while, and we're going to let it cook. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to make our bolognese sauce.